3.5 hours on Friday. And they killed me.
You're live. All right, guys. So we're live. We're a little early. I'm trying to see. Oh, there it shows. And we are live on Facebook. So I've got a separate little thing set up so I can see if we are streaming on Facebook, and we are. So maybe I can catch some comments. I don't know. But good morning, Scotty, my man, first one in. Charlie, what's going on, brother? Whoa, yeah. And as you see, we're going to use the Scotty Gazer right there. Woof. Boy, she's really thumping them today. She's not feeling very spiffy today. You've been a little short this morning.
You've been short to me the last 2 days.
So
it's cool.
Well,
she's always short. It's genetics.
Well, so yesterday, I guess we could get right into it. Yesterday, her and I were doing a project together, and common sense was not
your strong suit.
Mine?
Yeah, yours.
That ain't what I heard.
He was the one that would throw the parts and then get mad, and the parts didn't go the way he told me to put them.
Pacific Coast Highway. So, PCH Special. No, that is not Pacific Coast Highway, but I'm not even really sure what PCH means. But he's a buddy of mine that, ironically, we had met years ago when Pey was in robotics in junior high. His son was in robotics too. So we had met back then and talked a bit, and then just lost track of each other, like why, the kids were doing their own things and whatnot. So, but I started doing this group in the mornings, and this guy shows up, and it's like my second or third time, and I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, man, he looks so familiar. I don't know where I know him from. And I was telling my buddy Hawkeye, and he says, yeah, he goes, what?
And then continues talking.
Oh.
Don't mind me.
So he tells me that, his son was in robotics. What's up, Tom's Food Factory? How you doing? And so then we got to talking, and I asked him about robotics, and yeah. So, we'd already met, so that was a cool thing. No, Tom, Pacific Coast Highway is not it. So that's why I'm telling the story. So, anyway, this guy always orders coleslaw with his breakfast. Doesn't matter what he's ordered, what he gets. He always orders coleslaw on the side. If he gets like a salad, like a side salad, he'll get coleslaw and put it on top with a fried egg, or just bacon, eggs, grits, coleslaw on the side. His thing was always, you got to get that rough Jim. That's a quote.
I don't see him on Facebook.
It's on. You got it. Well, it says I'm on.
Yeah.
So Rusty's trying to find me on Facebook. Yeah, the coleslaw weirdo. Yeah. Did you go to my profile?
Yeah. I've gone to all my notifications. I haven't been notified that you're live on Facebook yet, and nothing.
Oh. Well, it's saying that I'm streaming live because when I had it up, it said it had my icon and it's live underneath it, and I tapped that, and that's where I'm seeing. So I don't know. But yeah, so he always orders coleslaw. And this one morning, he just, out of the blue, he orders pancakes, eggs, 2 eggs over easy, bacon, and coleslaw. And he tells the waitress, put them all on one plate. So the waitress was like, "Are you serious?" And so she tells that to the staff or the kitchen staff, and they come back with a plate that has everything in between two pancakes. And we made it on our. I made a video of it a few weeks later. What's up, Honey Badger? And Cub had walked out, and her and Pey had walked out at the end of the video, and they were like, "What in the heck are you making? Holy crap, is this that weird guy?" And Pey wouldn't try it. You know, I finished the video. We were getting ready to do a taste test. Pey wouldn't try it. Cub tried it, liked it, and actually finished the plate. And that is, every now and again, she'll get this hankering where she's like, "I want that." And today's that day.
You put ranch on it?
I'm going to.
She's going to. The original does not have ranch. It has, you top it with Texas Pete's hot sauce and syrup. And what's really crazy is what I noticed was the coleslaw gave the texture that the pancakes and the eggs were lacking, right? It was too soft. So this added texture with the sweetness to it. The hot sauce actually tamed down the sweetness from the syrup and the coleslaw, but you know, it was really good. It's an odd combo, but it worked really well. So PCH, if you're watching, Mr. Tom says you're not weird, you're just unique. So that's what's going on there. I don't see anything on old Facebook. Let me see. Facebook says, it says I'm live. So I don't know. I don't have any comments over there. So I hit that, and then we're back at it. So don't know. So what's up, Cubbo?
I need more milk.
Okay.
Can you go get it for me, please?
Okay.
Watch the wires and the dogs and
the grill.
Oh my goodness. There's a path, and we have to. The whole term keeping it between the ditches does not apply. What's PCH? So, Honey Badger, PCH is a nickname of a guy in my F3 group, and I'm not really sure what it stands for, but that's who it's a who, and not really a what.
Thank you.
So Cub, what was your what did you do this week? Anything special?
Hold on, 2 seconds.
Patrick C. Henry.
Um,
I will have to ask PCH why it's PCH, because I don't really know. But so anyway, we are in the process of doing flooring in our house. Pey and I ripped up the carpet a couple weeks ago. We got part of the linoleum up. We still got the kitchen and dining room to do. But that'll be like a week or so out. I just looked on your Facebook page. There's a post that links to your YouTube video.
Yeah.
You're not streaming to Facebook. Well, I don't know how to do it then.
The post you made this morning of the YouTube video,
Yeah.
is the last thing that's on your page. But there is no live video streaming.
Well, how do I stream then?
I don't know. I'll have to figure it out for you, Dad.
Yeah. Because it says it's streaming on my profile page. Do I have to? Is there anything I got to do for that? Edit.
Did you put in your name and password and all that stuff on StreamYard so they can log into your Facebook account?
Yeah. I thought so. Oh well.
Because when I set mine up, that's what I had to do. And mine's, but granted, I was only streaming the one or the other. I wasn't streaming the both at the same time.
Start live. Oh. Oh, no. What that's doing is, okay. That's telling me to go live. Can't start live video. I don't know. All right, well, we'll figure it out, I reckon. There's Cub. Is she on now? It says I can't do anything, so this video will be deleted after everything. I don't know. So anyway, we'll get back to. It says I'm video. It says I'm live on this thing. So maybe I don't know. We'll figure it out. So PCH is a person. Yes. He's a guy that I met years ago, which I already told the story, but
You did.
Met years ago, lost track of him because we only met a few times, and then through the kids' robotics program. So yesterday, we got this flooring coming in, and I don't really have anywhere to put it in the garage because I have everything in the garage. And we've been kicking around getting a shed for the backyard, but I don't have the $800 floating around to go buy a shed or $1,000 to get the one like I want, or better. So, and if you notice, the Stargazer, that is a 12-inch Lodge glass lid on top of that 12-inch Stargazer.
Nobody would notice.
Yeah, just Stargazer. Just a side note, nobody cares, but for anybody who's watching that might be curious. Anyway, because it's sunny on the coast. So we got this shed. I had to think about what I was talking about again. So I went to Harbor Freight and I bought this shed. $164, I think, with my members program discount and a few other things. I was in $175. Not bad. It's a 10x10 portable shed. This is like a tarp material, like a real thick tarp material. It went together pretty easy once we realized that the way you hold the directions, because there's a picture that shows all the pieces, you have to stand in that spot as you lay it out. You can't go to the right side and try to lay it out because it doesn't make sense. So if you're standing in the front of it and you lay it out in the front of it, as you're putting it together, pieces don't make sense when you turn the page of the directions sideways. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Caused a lot of issue with Cub Pey. Because when I was like, turn this way, she's flipping it the opposite way. So it was something else. We powered through it though. It took a lot longer than what we anticipated. So here's it finished in the backyard. Looks pretty good, I think. I got to move some of this wood pile so I can scoot it back a bit. Then I got to get some concrete, like 12x12 pads to put up underneath the legs here to lift it up, because this happens to be where all my water drains from the yard. So I don't, everything's going to be flooded in there, but just to help.
Yeah, there is no floor on it.
Right. There's no floor. So it's just the dirt. And I mean, it'll be fine. And I also, right now, I got my canopy weights in there that are holding it down. So that's pretty cool. Instead of getting the anchors, because the anchors they sent me were not going in very well. So I would have to get like the little dog corkscrew anchors,
Right.
and they're like $4 or $5 at Harbor Freight, so it's not a big expense, but it's another $25 that I don't need to spend. So I just got to get a couple things to rig up my canopy weights to fit better in there to hang from the corners. But yeah, so looks like Charlie's house. Hey, you could. I mean, it's a 10 by 10. You could put a queen size bed in there and have about a foot of space on each side. The fence needs cleaning. Yes, that is not my fence, so I'm not too worried about it. That is my thoughts. I did string trim along the base, but that's not my fence. So, but I will tell my neighbor kindly that Charlie said to clean your fence. And as you can see, my little in this picture, my little burn. That's where my little burn pit, old Weber kettle, and the base of a Weber kettle and the base of another grill. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that when I start doing all this fire whenever the band gets lifted. But it goes together pretty much. It's just tube framing. Pretty simple. I watched. It did not take the 15 minutes that it showed on the YouTube video. So the one hard part though is in the front and the back panels at the top, they have a spot where you gotta slide the tube in. That spot was so effing tight. It was terrible. It probably took us an hour to get each. Well, I say an hour. It probably took about 25 minutes to get each one to slide in. It was terrible.
Did you lube it?
We ended up doing it for the last couple, yeah. But the first couple were, it was just so tight. It just wasn't. It wasn't good. Yeah, tell him to get on it. It's ruining my view from my house. Sorry, well, let's go back to this one then. How's that? So that was inside Harbor Freight. So, but it's a nice little shed. And the big thing that I wanted that for was I was going to put the like the lawnmower and some of the other stuff that I don't use on a regular to kind of move out there, like the bicycles that nobody rides, that kind of stuff out there, just to make room in the garage. So when this flooring comes, I forget how many boxes we ordered, 50 something boxes. Then I'll be able to store it in the garage. So when my wife and her friend go to put the flooring down, they can just come out to the garage and grab the boxes they need. That's kind of my thought.
You knew you were going to be bringing the boxes and delivering it to them.
There's a good possibility I won't. Because I can easily schedule some opportunity to be away from the house or, out in the garage.
I can take you out and show you the new fishing spot at Allison.
I really could. So then the other idea that I had, we talked about a while back, was with this shed, if this tarp doesn't last very long, which I'm hoping 2 years, that I'll keep the tube framing if it all works out right, and then just start buying sheets of 10 and self-tapping screws or bolts, whatever, and tin in the top and the front and the back, and then at least one side, so then I have a doorway. And at least tin it in, so then I can have like basically like a little cooking shed or a permanent shed. More permanent, but right, which still fits into the HOA of I can't have a concrete slab, and it has to be, like if you have a shed, it has to be removable. So that would still fit into this. So
Now that's a 10 by 10. My brother just ordered a 13 by 20.
Yeah.
And as soon as he gets the ground cleared, he got it so he could park his motorcycle and his lawnmower and stuff like that in there. And he had got a shelving system so he can store like toolboxes and motor oil and antifreeze and stuff like that out there in the shed. So, but it's a 13 by 20 that when he gets it cleared, I got to go there and help him put together.
Yep.
So how long do you think that one's going to take? That'd be a whole day project probably.
Depending on how easy it all goes, like the poles slide into the canvas. Because that was the hard part for us. But I don't know. They offered a warranty on it, and I was like, I don't know. It'll probably bite me in the butt, but I turned it down. I was like, it should last 2 years. That's what the warranty was for. But I don't know. Tom says call the HOA. Actually, he was the head of HOA until recently, so that wouldn't do any good. Scotty says the bad part about them sheds is they don't last long. The sun destroys them in a few years. Yeah, that's my kind of concern, and I see the guys that have, like my neighbor's got one that it's one of those plastic Rubbermaid ones, and a guy 2 doors down has one too. And what happens is they start bowing in. The roofs bow in because they get so hot from the sun.
And I've got the Rubbermaid one on my back deck that has all my barbecue stuff in it. All my spices, thermometers, pellets, bins, everything. And I've actually got 2x4s on the inside of it where I take on the outside, I put screws through the actual plastic into the 2x4s because I had a problem with my side doors were caving in.
Yeah.
And so I put the 2x4 in there to keep it separated. Yeah. My roof hasn't had the problem, but my doors were caving in.
So that's kind of the game plan. Basically, it's to store the lawnmower, to get it out of the garage, and the bicycles, and some other stuff that I don't use all the time. And then like my outdoor burners, I can move those out there. So I got 3 of them. I can move 2 of them out there. Just to store a little bit of other stuff, and then hopefully when we get to the point we're cooking outside again, then
we shouldn't be too far away.
Yeah, we got a fire ban right now, so we got to wait till that's lifted. Just because we'll have an open flame right there. So.
And whenever I called Keith, our cooking, our grill, the burner, none of that stuff is covered under the ban. We just cannot have a live fire on the ground, no fire pits going or nothing like that. But all of our cooking stuff is absolutely fine.
Yep. So I don't know if a propane burner 2 feet off the ground would classify as a fire pit.
Nope. I asked it specifically.
Okay. So maybe we'll get to that. But I can put the burners and stuff in that shed, and then it's easier to set up in the mornings. So cause that's kind of the hold up on stuff. Some of the bigger cooks that we want to do. The setup. So Cub, what do you got going on? You pulling some bacon out? That looks amazing. You got pancakes down. That's cool. How do you like the griddle? How do you like the Scotty Gazer?
It's a skillet. It's griddle pan. It's a skillet. Does the same thing. It's just a different name.
Okay.
There's nothing like. Wow.
So Scotty says his lasts 2 years. His canopy or his shed. So what I'm hoping though is that I'll be able to start basically buying some tin or some corrugated roofing and just kind of nickel and dime it, pieces here, pieces there, and then be able to put like the corrugated up on top and then a rain cap across the seam, and then the sides kind of tin it in, sheets of tin to make it look somewhat decent.
Okay, this is a Nolan's now.
To make it look kind of decent and more, and I don't know that I'll put a window in it, but it would be nice to have airflow. Maybe, so if we're going to cook in there like a cook shack, kind of have some
Yeah, I think that's, well, without a window or a major opening, that would be too small to be cooking in.
Yeah.
We just have to pull it outside and cook it outside and just put it back in when we're done.
So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, it's a couple years down the line. We got it together, and that's what matters for right now. And yeah, Tom and Charlie, you guys don't know the love that Nolan has for ranch.
We're making ranch pancakes.
Yeah, you sell it here probably first. That does not sound appealing at all.
And instead of using syrup, you use Hidden Valley.
Both.
Oh. So, yuck.
Oh, the holes in the lid weren't big enough.
Excuse me.
Nolan, the holes in the shaker lid weren't big enough.
Gotta do this by hand.
So, but I'd like to get one of those carport kind of things that already have the metal roof on top.
Yeah.
But something like that's what I really want, but I don't have the money to buy one of those.
Yeah.
I was looking at those to put on the side of my house where we always park our cars, and it was going to be, for one big enough to put our 2 cars under, it was going to be $2,300, and that was just a tin roof. There was no walls. It was just a roof and then the pole supporting it. I'm like,
Yep.
Man.
What's up, Steven? How you doing, buddy?
Good morning.
You just missed Cub putting Hidden Valley Ranch powder into her pancakes. Yes. And Honey Badger, if you happen to do this on your live next week, which the McDonald's look pretty dang good. They look pretty tasty.
Y'all can't hate on ranch.
Yep. They look pretty tasty, man. The McDonald's cook. And the lasagna cook. The lasagna cook looked pretty good too. So I ended up catching both of them like the next day that they were posted. Like I watched the McDonald's one last night before I went to bed.
And I watched that yesterday before I went out to the river to go fishing. I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw the beginning of it. And what threw me off is it said steak, egg, and cheese bagel in the title. But whenever I saw all the stuff on his platter, I saw ham. I didn't see any steak. But I'm sure he must have cooked steak later, after I had already left to go fishing. But
yeah. Yeah. Got a brisket on. There is an ice storm happening now. Wow. Man, it's crazy. They're calling for a bunch of rain here, which I'm kind of looking forward to because the pollen is just absolutely insane.
You just don't know.
I mean, it's not as bad as what it was last year, but it's affected me worse than it did last year. You don't want to know how I feel about ranch.
He doesn't like ranch.
Evidently, he's got a strong dislike for it.
Or he actually really loves it.
I will say I am the same way. Again, I used to work in a factory that we used to make ranch in 10,000-pound batches, and I have walked ankle deep in ranch. I have seen people cover head to toe in ranch. So
that's Nolan's dream job.
No.
Not the making, but the swimming in it.
Once that happens, you do not want anything to do with ranch. Absolutely not.
I mean, I like ranch, but it has to be the homemade ranch with the seasoning and the sour cream and the mayonnaise and stuff. Hidden Valley Ranch out the bottle, I just do not like it. It just don't taste good to me. The little bitty cups of ranch dressing you get at fast food places, I don't like it. But the homemade from scratch ranch dressing, I like that. I'll put that on my salad or whatever. But
yeah, I don't like ranch. Like I said, after
Scotty,
after that experience,
comment back.
What's that?
He can take his comment: blue cheese for men, ranch for the women.
I agree with that. We also made blue cheese, and we would get
blue cheese is okay. It's
We
not
would get
better than
25-pound boxes of blue cheese crumbles that we would have, or 50-pound. 50-pound boxes of blue cheese crumbles that we'd have to dump into our. The blue cheese was made in small batches, in like 5,000-pound batches, and we would have to dump those in and then use the big long stainless steel paddle to mix it up, and yeah. What'd you do?
Hey, Dad, come here.
What?
Dad, just come here.
What'd you do?
Oh wait, I got it. The ranch.
Yeah.
It was sticking to the thing.
So yeah, I prefer blue cheese over ranch, but
Doesn't it just smell good?
I only do blue cheese crumbles if I have if I want a black and blue burger or a black and blue steak.
And I'm the difference. I like black and blue. I like blue cheese dressing, and I like blue cheese crumbles, but I only sprinkle it on my salad. I cannot stand blue cheese on my burgers or on the steak. I mean, I've tried that before. There's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's too strong or what it does, but I can eat the blue cheese crumbles sprinkled on my salad and blue cheese dressing on my salad, but I can't.
I like the crumbles in my like a salad, but
right. But I just do not like it on a burger at all.
And I will highly recommend not making a grilled cheese sandwich with blue cheese. I highly recommend not. Steven says the cordon bleu was a new level. Absolutely. I loved it, man. I thought it looked great. The bacon weave did get dark, but that tends to happen because the sugar's in the bacon. But yeah, how about a flank steak? Just flank steak with blue cheese and like spinach or something rolled up in it. Like rolled up like a
pinwheel.
Like a pinwheel or a cordon bleu style where you have all that in there. Roll that up, Scotty. Oh! I like ranch just fine. Blue cheese all the way. Yep, I would prefer blue cheese. I'm not a big blue cheese dressing fan anymore. Like every once in a great while, but like I said, that job ruined me on condiments. Eat blue cheese like an apple. Blue cheese. You get a lot of. So we should do like the old. The dude and do the cilantro, not cilantro, but change it between ranch and blue cheese.
I won't eat blue cheese.
Are you team ranch or team blue cheese?
When I went to trivia with Mom and Jordan on Wednesday, and I wanted Bojangles, okay? They didn't give me ranch. They gave me molded blue cheese.
It's supposed to?
No. Like, it was all solid, but in like dressing, like there was sour cream and they threw blue cheese in sour cream.
That's almost what blue cheese dressing is.
Well, it's disgusting.
Mayonnaise, yeah.
And I asked for ranch.
Ranch is good dip for grilled cheese.
Ranch is good on noodles,
not
mac
if it's
and cheese.
Not if it's a blue cheese grilled cheese. I tell you what, my brother and I made that mistake once. I haven't done it again. Gruyere is good, yeah. So
Munster is good.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to think about how I'm gonna do this.
What are you trying to think?
I'm just brainstorming in my noggin.
So you need.
Seconds.
Are you building?
That won't take long.
Are you building a plate?
No. I do. Okay.
What are you trying to do?
Nothing.
Okay. All right.
You're making your pancake sandwich, right?
Well, I'm going to in a minute.
All right. Whatever. Smoked Gouda. I've only met one cheese I don't like. Okay.
Limburger.
Well, I think all the cheeses have a place. You just have to find it.
Limburger's place is at a podiatrist's office because it smells like feet.
Well, I try not to smell feet.
I gotta take selfies. That's how I make my money on OnlyFans. Isn't that the one that does the feet pictures?
No.
Oh,
That's feet finder.
We've talked about
Oh.
this for the last 4 weeks.
and I keep forgetting.
It doesn't matter. We're naked feet. You put
So there is a new thing that I did want to tell you guys. Just thinking like it'd be kind of funny. There's a new platform where it's called Chefstemp. Now, Chefstemp is is for basically women in control of men's finances. Like it's meant this like the guys kinks to have like a woman be in charge of like how much money they send them. Yeah.
Smoked Gouda is one of his favorites. It's awesome on mac and cheese. Absolutely. I agree with that. Some weird brown cheese from Norway. Ugh. Limburger cheese smells like store-bought catfish bait. Well, I don't even know the last time I had Limburger.
I've only had it one time, and my mom and dad got it for me and my brother because in the old TV show The Little Rascals, there was a really big chubby kid, and he was always eating Limburger cheese. And I can't remember his name, but he was just a really big chubby kid. And me and my brother we wanted to try Limburger cheese because the boy on Little Rascals was eating it. And we found out really quick that boy wasn't eating it. That was just for the damn TV show. Ain't no ways he was eating that.
Oh, so you doing ranch bacon. So we need to, like, next week, we need to do just like the ranch show.
No, because y'all are going to be disgusted.
Well, I'm kind of disgusted now. But at least you saved a couple real pancakes for the PCH Special.
It seems to me you should be just spitballing here, putting the ranch on after you cook it, because now you're contaminating all the bacon grease that is in that skillet, and your dad can't save it anymore to make his
Exactly.
bacon cubes.
Well, 3 jars and a couple bags of cubes is a little much. Is what you're kind of getting at.
Just got to remember to only use that grease for special ranch occasions.
Mom's husband ate it once in the house. Once. Stinky cheese rock. Okay. Wow. So what have you been up to this week?
This week I had a pretty easy week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were all 10+ hour days at work. And Thursday I had 0 calls, nothing at all. So I went fishing.
Okay.
Now, Friday I had a 14.5 hour day. It was a really long day. And 2 calls that should have normally taken me 10 or 15 minutes. I ended up spending roughly 4 hours at each store. And this was all the way up in Burlington and Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So I was a couple hours away drive time fixing it, and then after getting them all fixed, there was a couple hours drive home. And then driving home at rush hour traffic with 2 wrecks on 85 South. So it took me like almost 4 hours to get home. But that was pretty much it. The highlight of the day was probably just fishing on Thursday.
What kind of cooking did you do?
I don't even remember.
I was a bum this week, culinary wise, because we had a lot of stuff left over that had to be eaten throughout the week, and so because I only keep things 7 days.
Right.
Any leftovers, hits that 7-day mark, it's in the trash. So
I don't believe I cooked anything this week. The meatloaf that I made on Saturday, I think, I made a smoked meatloaf, and I made a regular oven baked meatloaf because my wife says you don't got to smoke everything. I want to cook in the oven. I don't want all that smoke and all them spices.
Yeah.
And so I had the last piece of meatloaf on Friday. So yeah, I don't think that I cooked. I think they fended for themselves the whole entire week because I had so many hours.
Yep. I know that feeling. Yeah, I went to the store the other day, and I mean, I got a bunch of stuff to try to get filmed and stuff. The thick cut pork chops. I got
Why
these
did you want egg
eggs go on the PCH Special.
scrambled?
No, overeasy. So I got like thick cut pork chops. I got a chuck roast. What else did I get? No, I can't think. Bunch of sausages and stuff like that. Chicken sausage. They had it marked down, and I was like, yeah, we'll try it out. So.
Was it like the chicken sausage just like shaped like bratwurst?
Yeah, they're in that over by the hot dogs.
Right, they had the apple flavoring and stuff like that. Those are really, really good.
Yeah, I got one of those that I'll try to do a quick cook on. Trying to do some Chefstemp stuff. Filling out their requirements.
Get the requirements met.
Yep, trying to get the requirements met so I can get my promo code active. So I think that's why it's not active, but I don't really know. But trying to get those requirements met, and you got like 30 days. So mine started on the 17th, so I think it did. So anyway, trying to get ahead so then that way I can. They've got YouTube shorts that they want posted, and I got to figure those out into my schedule. So that way I'm not uploading 6 days a week. That seems a lot. So.
Yeah, that scheduling thing still confuses me that you got to worry about. Like they want a reel. To me, you sit there, you make your reel, you hit the upload button, you're done. That one's done. Move on to your next department. You have them all met in one day. No, in my mind, but I don't do this. So.
You could, but you want to, when you're doing your Facebook posts, I'm going to try this, but they want you to post so many into groups. So if I took one cook and had the picture and made my thing and then shared it to 4 different groups, that should count as 4 Facebook posts.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to try that out, but like the shorts, they want you to kind of talk about it or show it in action. And talk about it, how you like it or whatever. So
is it
something different.
A short and a reel, pretty much the same thing?
Same thing, different platform.
Okay.
Yep. Tom got some fresh eggs. Need to have some this morning. Our egg dealer is not dealing anymore currently, so.
Yeah, I used our last egg this morning for chocolate for my wife before she went to work. So I gotta go hit up a chicken.
Let's see. James, how you doing, buddy? McKelvey? Says, I remember that episode, Rusty. The same happened to me. It also happened with Mush, and can't stand either one of them. Yep.
I'm glad that somebody else remembers that, and it wasn't just a figment of my imagination.
Yep. Yeah. So then they want 2 recipes using Chefstemp stuff, and which is not a big deal because you just post the YouTube video, you just share it with them. They just want to see that you're using their products and promoting their products, which as a brand ambassador you're supposed to, right? But I think I'm overthinking it and trying to do.
You are.
Each Facebook post has got to be something different, and I think that's where I'm trying to do too much. But so
I get braces on Tuesday.
yeah.
But Dad, you gotta take me.
The character's name on the show was Chubby.
Yeah, that's right. I'm looking it up on YouTube right now. I mean, on Google. And here he is rubbing it on like Vicks Vapor Rub ointment on his neck and throat.
Yeah.
I knew I remembered that. But it comes in that jar.
Ooh, I don't remember that. I was thinking Limburger was a like a fungus cheese, like in the realm of blue cheese and what's the other one? Gorgonzola.
And there's the chubby kid putting it on.
That's Spanky.
No, the chubby kid is putting ointment on.
Oh, he's the guy in the
outfit.
sitting down. Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's a 45-year-old memory.
yeah. Wow. So yeah. So Cubs getting braces next week. Yay. Wait a minute. No. Yeah.
On Tuesday.
Is Tuesday the
April
2nd?
1st.
Okay. So our flooring gets delivered on the 2nd. So I've got to be home around then. Yeah. And we got the keto show. And we're doing.
What if they deliver it during our show?
It'll probably be here before then, but. What do we. Chubby jumped in the pool and all the water came out. Oh, okay. Okay.
And his tongue must have weighed 50 pounds because whenever he talked, it was a real slow, draw of a talk.
I don't remember that, but I don't know. No, I forgot what I was going to say. Brain skip. What are we making Wednesday? Tacos.
Tacos.
Something with taco. It could be anything with taco, but in a taco. Oh.
And I remember the first time I tried to make fish tacos, I just put the fish in the bottom of the meat, and I sprinkled cheese and then lettuce and squirted the taco sauce on it, and it tasted like crap. And then you told me, no, you put tartar sauce on it and stuff, and you make it like a fish sandwich. I'm like, fish tacos?
Yeah, so that time we made fish tacos. Your interpretation of a fish taco is completely different of what I've always had. And like it wasn't just a fish stick or a frozen piece of Mrs. Paul's or whatever, thaw it out, heat it up like in the microwave or whatever, and throw it into a taco with, Taco Bell stuff. That there was actually, I think we used, did we use shredded lettuce or did we use cabbage? I don't remember, but I put in different ingredients, and you're like, this isn't a taco. Anything in a soft taco shell is a taco.
And that's not the way I look at it. A taco was you replace the fish with the taco meat. Everything else is the same, so it become a fish taco instead of a beef taco.
Mango salsa, that would be good, yeah.
Mango's nasty.
He is not Team Mango there, Charlie. There's only like two fruits that he likes.
Oh, I like fruit. I like apples, oranges, bananas, pineapple.
Okay, so
grapes.
So we're at 4. Sorry, I've been missing the live shows. I went to second shift, buddy. It's all right, man. Life happens. It's okay. We completely understand. There's been numerous times where our lives have been uprooted, and
there's been times we've missed the show.
Yeah, and we'll probably be missing one coming up in about 3 weeks. I don't know. Cubs talking about she might she might do her Cub takeover and make everything ranch.
I'll show everyone all my ranch foods.
Yeah. Cheese goes in and on everything. Scotty's in Wisconsin. Yep.
Ranch bacon's pretty good.
So I got the American cheese in the plastic
Right.
for our burger or pork burgers. The wife had made comment that how much she really does not like that cheese, but she uses it to give the dogs medicine, so she can take their little pills,
Right.
roll it up in that, and then they have to chew it so they get their medicine. So
You know what I used? You know what
I
I
had
like
to go-
that cheese for?
I had to go do that, get some more, so we could finish giving the dog their medicine, like their antibiotics and stuff.
You know what I like that cheese for? I'm gonna tell you, and you're gonna think it's disgusting. Take this piece of seaweed, put some of that cheese on, and put a little dollop of ranch. Delicious.
Why would you eat seaweed?
I like seaweed.
Okay.
It's that nori stuff, like for sushi.
The seaweed paper.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can buy little packets,
Right.
and they have them in trays, like cookie trays. But
And if
they're-
you take
it's just
it-
sheets of the
And you
nori.
take it and you put some of that, like one little piece of cheese on it. It covers the whole thing. Then you can put like a little bit of ranch on it. Eat it. It's delicious.
Yes, James, I will agree 1,000%. Scotty has been killing it. Great videos. What a great teacher. Yep. My ADD and my eyes were not reading right. Scotty is a great teacher. He's doing a lot of killer cooks. Yeah. Killing that Searwood. He's doing all kinds of good
He
stuff.
is.
In the pit boss Lexington, I mean, you almost made me want to go buy one, Scotty. I was walking through Wally World and they had one for like, it was on sale for $2.99. And I was like, ooh, $2.99. But then part of me said, wait a minute. That's more than what you got in 3 of your drums that you built. And I have 3 drums. I have 2 minis. And I've got $500 wrapped up in all of them. So, or, whatever. So, Lexington's a beast. Yeah. It looks amazing. But here's the question that I got. And I think about this. All right, Steven, have a great one, buddy. High five to Jacqueline. Ain't seen her in a bit. Although she does a good job voiceovers. I do like her voiceover. So Scotty says Lexington's a beast. So my question, and as I watch these channels that do the pellet grill cooks, you guys, and I say that the videos that I watch of the guys cooking on pellets grills, they don't normally cook on the bottom rack because it gets too hot. They cook on the top rack, which I get because the air circulation and stuff like that, so you don't have the hot spot. But doesn't that kind of take away from the square inches of using the grill?
Why? If you don't want to use the bottom, you just don't use the bottom.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
the only reason it takes it away is if you want to remove it. I mean, the square inches are still there if you elect to use them.
yeah, but the point I guess I'm looking at is you buy the grill and then you don't use half of it because it gets too hot.
And see, and then my point, I've got a Pit Boss 820, and my top rack is sitting on the bottom of it. I've never used it. I use only the bottom rack on mine.
Does yours have the flame tamer where it redirects the heat?
Yes, the square box that has the holes on the bottom of it. Yeah.
Because they make those different ones that turn the heat from coming out the front where your hot spot is to out the side, so it goes to the door and the back.
You
And
can
comes
actually
around.
You can lift it up and you can just turn it around and set it down
Okay.
and redirect it yourself. But my top rack, granted, I don't ever do long cooks. Like I've never cooked a pork butt in it, and I won't because
Yo, that is cool.
it tastes so amazing in the drum. I got no reason to ever use my Pit Boss to make a pork butt.
Okay.
So I never use it for long cooks. But all my stuff is short, within an hour cook. And I have never ever used my top rack other than stuff is done and I move it up there just to keep it warm while I'm cooking something else.
So James says he smoked a chuck roast yesterday and was able to do it because of all you guys.
Awesome.
Awesome, buddy. That is great. That's what we're trying to do. And I mean, Scotty does a great job of showing you, you don't have to be like a KCBS, guy to, and I say, you don't have to be a barbecue guru to make good stuff. And that's what we try to show is it's easy. You can create fantastic barbecue with just understanding airflow, what type of wood does what, and salt and pepper. I mean,
as my wife would prefer.
Yeah, and mine does too. And you spend all the money. It's kind of like fishing. You spend all the money on the lures when really they want night crawlers. Speaking
of fishing, you hadn't continued your thought before you lose it. But I got a fishing story from yesterday.
So I kind of relate that the barbecue stuff to fishing because that's what we've been talking about lately, and it's a good time to get out there. The fish like night crawlers. Simple, keep it simple. We don't have to have all the fancy gadgets and gizmos to do the barbecue. The gadgets and gizmos kind of come as you find the need. Do I need a portable pro like a Chefstemp Pro? No. Do I need a fan assist? No. Are they fun? Yeah.
How the heck does this open?
So yeah.
It's no proof.
So having the having somebody that breaks it down and isn't trying to push a certain product down your throat, and showing you how easy it is. I mean, that was part of the reason of having the kids in the channel was one, it was quality time with them, and two, if I can show them how to make it, then.
Oh, this don't have the plastic wrap on it.
I was wondering what the hell you were doing.
I couldn't open it. Dad.
So to show somebody how easy it is to do it, and then let them. Once you learn the basics, you can venture out and try different things, but the basics to get you started.
Right.
So Scotty, back to the fire pot thing. I know you got a story. The fire pot in the middle is a hot spot. Overcook the bottom for grilling. So that's where I was getting at was, so when you're low and slow, it's like you have to find a way to shield and redirect your heat, or you run that risk of burning the bottom.
Right. But with the flame tamer over the pot, you don't really have the heat's not directed near as much. And like my sear plate, I would just not open up my sear plate. If I were going to cook a butt, I probably wouldn't put it on the bottom rack. But if I wanted to, I would just make sure my sear plate is closed and the flame tamer, it's a 4-inch or 5-inch square, so it covers the entire fire pot.
Right.
So the direct heat is not there. So I would have no problem, I don't think, doing it.
I can see where like Scotty does a brisket. He sets the brisket up on there. Well, that's in the Lexington. It's a small cooker.
Right.
So the middle of your brisket is right on top
of the fire
of that. So the inside that you're either going to burn that, even with the flame tamer, because the heat's concentrated in the center, then it disperses out. You're going to burn or overcook the center.
Well, with the flame tamer under, I believe you're going to overcook the ends before you would the center. I mean, it's a really thick plate, and it diverts that heat out to both sides.
Okay. This guy says, place the food off to one side or use the flame tamer. Okay.
Yep.
It would be interesting to see there was a guy that I watched, he was using the flame tamer and showing the difference in the way the heat came out and whatnot. So that would be something kind of cool to play with. And then if you could say put. Now this is something for Scotty to try. I'm gonna throw this out there. If you put like your chuck roast or brisket or whatever on a cooling rack, and then or a wire rack, and then put that wire rack on top of like a hotel pan lid. You know the foam lids, not foam, the aluminum lids
Right.
that go on the full size pan.
Right.
If you put that on top of there, maybe poke some holes so the grease will drop down so you don't overflow with grease. But if your temperature difference plus the flame tamer would make it so you could cook on that bottom rack.
And see, whenever I
Because
did
that'd be another heat diverter.
when I did my meatloaf in the smoker the other day, I put it on a cooling rack that was covered with aluminum foil. And I used my knife and I cut slits in the foil so the grease could drip through. And I just cooked it on top of a cookie sheet so it could catch all of that extra grease instead of it going down, hitting the heat shield and burning and flowing down.
So same kind of thing, same principle. So, and then you didn't have a hot spot.
Mm-hmm.
That would be something to put the pucks down and try different things.
It was done in about 45 minutes.
Yeah. All right. So Sky says, "Nice, James." Yeah, that's awesome, man. Weber Kettle guy. All the tips just made it easy, man. That's what it's for, man. You can cook some good eating on a Weber Kettle, and I'm trying to use a lot more of the Weber Kettle because it's just me and the wife mainly. The Cub's home sometimes, and a lot of times she doesn't want what I fix, and that's fine. So the Weber Kettle and the setup that I got with the Browens here, where you have all the coals off the one side, you're doing an offset style cooking, makes it so easy. So easy. Can't go wrong with the Weber Kettle. Nope. I have videos on all this. I know, Scotty. I know you got some. I guess I'm looking at the comparison. But, or maybe I'm just looking for maybe not a video content on it, but just conversation about it. Because I don't have one and I don't cook on one. So to me, I'm trying to relay it to a gas grill and trying to low and slow on a gas grill because I've done that. If that makes sense. Okay.
Okay, and now.
All right, your fish story.
My fish story. Yesterday, it was a beautiful day. Everybody in the family was at work, and so I had no companion at the house. So me and my daughter decided we were going to go fishing. I had my worms in the refrigerator from last weekend, so I got them out. I decided I wasn't even going to try and fish for catfish. I was going to strictly do panfish, brim, crappie, stuff like that. So I went down to the local bait store, and I got me a little styrofoam minnow bucket for $3, and I got me a dozen minnows for $2.89. So I went to the pier at Allison because it's just a whole lot better than going to Olafine. So I went out there. I was only out there for about 3 hours, but in 3 hours, I did not catch a thing. Now, whenever I first dropped in my first rod, the bobber, it immediately, within 10 seconds, started going down and under. So it was jerking and something was hitting it, but nothing ever bit it. But anyway, in the span of 3 hours, a whole bunch of people came and went. And right at the end, whenever I was getting ready to pack up and go, this man came in with his little 4-year-old son and their Scooby-Doo fishing pole. He put a freaking minnow on that thing, just reached over to dock and hit the release button. It fell straight down. He caught an 11.5-inch black crappie in just like 30 seconds.
Wow.
And reeled that thing up with his Scooby-Doo fishing pole. And I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to go home. And I just gave him the rest of my minnows. I said, since you're using minnows, I said, do you want to have the rest of these? And he said, sure. So I gave him the rest of my minnows. I packed up all my crap and I came home. Little 4-year-old boy caught something in 30 seconds, and I'd been there 3 hours.
James says he wants a bike.
Not of this,
The ranch.
I want you to try it.
I know.
You. How is it you gonna tell us? Oh, I'm not gonna be mad if you don't like it, but you can't tell me you don't like it if you don't try it. All I ask is you take one bite and then tell me you don't like it. That's all I need you to do
because I don't care for ranch.
Well, I don't care for half the stuff you make, but I still try it.
Charlie says, haha, that's fishing. All right, so
I'll try a bite of your ranch bacon.
Fishing is better when working. Yep, better than working. Yep. Charlie went yesterday, caught a few bass. Nice. Scotty said he's doing
How much freaking seasoning do you put on that?
It's delicious.
No, that's not good.
Nope. Scotty's doing an in-depth video on the P setting. Nice. Because I think that's one that is very...
that is delicious.
That is very misunderstood, is that P setting. I don't even know what it is, but...
Just adjusting your smoke.
Yeah, and I'm finding that with Chefstemp. I was reading a guy that had posted a problem with one of his settings, like... it was like your alarms for too high or too low, and he was having trouble with it. So I had to read it like 6 times because it didn't make any sense what he was saying. Because I never use those. I never use those alarms. So, but
yeah.
Jane says that's our dad privilege.
He's tearing up over there. Shit.
Ranch and applesauce equal heaven. Ooh.
It is pretty good. I've tried it.
Yeah, no.
You drink it out of a jar with a straw?
Yeah, because it's a smoothie.
She's done it. Okay, so let me make the PCH Special.
Don't use these top 2. They're still ranch.
2.
Pancakes.
Okay, so hand me the...
What would you like?
No, hand me the tongs would be good, yeah. Okay, so the PCH Special.
You gotta come around.
You take a pancake, set it down. We're gonna put where's the bacon? Count the bacon?
Yes, sir. We have bacon and sausage because I needed sausage for my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
You put some bacon down. Well, that's a couple nice big pieces. Put some bacon down. Let's load it up because we can. All right. Now you add your eggs over easy.
There's one for you and one for Rusty.
Supposed to, okay.
Because I didn't.
Rusty, do you want a PCH Special?
No, thank you.
I didn't think so. All right. Now.
This is a safe pancake. This one doesn't have ranch in it.
Okay. Now you put slaw on it.
These 2 do.
Right? Which one? That one?
These 2 have ranch. Those 3 do not.
Pancake. There goes the egg. Slap a little more slaw right on top. And then you top it with syrup. About like so. And then Texas Pete's. Better way to heat up this. Oh. And then you just top it with Texas Pete's. That is a PCH Special. You can't read it.
Something about reheating a chuck roast, but
let's see. At 11, I'm making a no sugar pancake, homemade, no sugar sauce. Awesome. So we'll see you then. Okay. Yeah, I'll set the. I'll try to make it. If not, I'll watch it later. But I'm going to try to make it. Let's see. Scott, what's the best way to heat up the chuck roast. It hasn't been cut yet at all. Wrap it in foil with some butter to reheat at 225. Yes, that works fantastic. If you have some beef broth, you can go ahead and slice it while it's cold and then reheat it, like bring the broth not to a boil, but up to 160, 180 degrees, and then lay the slices in there. I do this with brisket, and I'll lay the slices in there so they don't dry out while they're reheating.
Can you do the dance, Dad?
No. So, there, my friends, is the PCH Special. So let me get a snappy snap. So let me get off. Let me close this down.
Oh, I'm coming to your house.
You are?
Yeah.
When?
After I get this cleaned up.
Okay.
Because I need your offspring's help.
I don't have any ranch.
I have ranch. No, but I need Taylor's help because we have one of my classes. So like the teacher has locked assignments since January, and she doesn't respond to emails, and she doesn't help. Like she doesn't respond to any emails. The one assignment that was due like yesterday has been locked since December of 2023, and she's like, "There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not opening that assignment up." I'm like, this class started on March 17th, but whatever. But one of the assignments is we have to make an interactive storybook about a fairy tale. And I just would want to do the bare minimum. But I would just want to do the bare minimum of just writing it out or whatever. But there's a rubric and this is worth 70% of my grade. So I'm like, Tamara, I'm going to Tamara. So I text her, I was like, after live, I'm coming over. Love you, mean it.
So, yeah, she told me you asked her if she would tutor you in English the other day.
Yeah, I needed her help with this assignment. And then I got busy on Friday, and I was busy yesterday.
So James, you don't really need a sous vide to do this. You could put the chuck roast in a Ziploc freezer bag and just bring a pot of water up to about 160 degrees. And make sure it's a thick freezer bag or two. Or if you have a vacuum sealer, do it that way. And then set it down in there and just keep it up off the bottom. You can put a lid on it and with the bag, the zipper part hanging out, and over a low heat and do it that way. Poach your meat in the bag. I personally like doing just a skillet with a little bit of beef broth and reheating the slices that way. Scotty's way works fantastic. And that'd be a good time to add some more seasoning or a sauce, like a light sauce, if you're going to put it in a pan and reheat it on the grill. It's great for reheating. I use it to reheat ribs.
Oh.
Yep. Made omelets in a Ziploc bag. My brother tried that.
We did that while we were camping when I was with the Boy Scouts. We put eggs and cheese and ham and onions and everything in a Ziploc bag and just boiled it in a pot of water. And we made the breakfast for all the boys while we were camping.
Okay. Trying to bring up continue with Facebook. I'm trying to look something up real quick to see. It says we're on Facebook. So, all right. Well, I don't know.
Trash.
Well, let me back out. It says I was on Facebook, so. Neat.
Nickelodeon.
Oops.
Dad.
Did I close it all?
No. Go press that button.
Are we there we are.
Sheesh Louise.
Okay. So I was trying something different. I'm sorry. But, all right, Cub, you ready to get out of here?
2 seconds.
Time.
You were never shown up on Facebook.
I don't know. That's weird. Maybe it shows up after. I don't know.
Then it wouldn't be live.
So, all right.
There's churros and cookie. Did you have fun?
Did you?
Yeah, it tastes good.
Did you have fun?
Well, yeah, I made ranch.
Did it taste good?
Let me answer that.
Yes! It tasted delicious.
All righty.
I love ranch. I would marry ranch if I could. I love it.
All
You
right.
can put it on anything. You can put it on ice cream. You can put it on mac and cheese, noodles, sandwiches, cereal. Put it
All
on
right.
everything.
Well, we're going to get out of here before she turns my stomach. And I throw up all over the place.
Don't, because then I will, and then neither one of us is going to clean that.
Yeah, and Mom's not going to be happy about cleaning that up.
Yeah, no.
So.
Somebody on the
All right.
front row of the auction did that last night. Right across the country.
Ugh.
That's disgusting.
All right,
And
Rusty,
that's
send us
when
out of
we
here.
leave. There's churros and cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. You guys are awesome, and we'll see you guys next week.
Have a great week, guys.
Bye.
And what's Mike saying?
Don't do drugs.
Let's be careful out there.
Yeah, you be careful out there.
Don't do drugs.
Yep. No.
Or do. You choose.
No.
You don't choose. You just don't do it.
Well, I mean, you can choose to do them or choose not to do them. We can't tell them not to do it because then they're going to do it.
We can, because that's a responsible thing to do.
Okay, don't do it. Be a good person.
Smoke meat, not meth.